Joining us now is Rina Gandhi. She's a partner at Murray Osorio Immigration Law Firm. She's one of the attorneys representing Mr. Abrego Garcia in this matter. Ms. Gandhi, I really appreciate you being here tonight. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
So we got this transcript right before the show started tonight, and we have been sort of going through it and pulling from it as we can. Let me ask you if I missed any important details or mischaracterized anything of what happened at today's hearing.
No, I think that is a very good summary. Those are the highlights that I certainly took away. No, I think that was accurate.
What do you expect to happen next over the course of this next week in terms of what is now a court-ordered but not yet manifest, order to have your client come home?
Well, I do believe that we will be able to get some answers from these very people who wrote these affidavits, providing us not very much before. I think when confronted with very specific questions where they can't just file a report saying we're not required to say anything, will hopefully return results. They can't hide the ball here anymore. You know, and this hearing today really helped us move towards bringing Mr. Abrego Garcia back home.
Are we now in a situation, and I'm not a lawyer, I'm just observing these things as a lay observer here, but with the Trump administration and the president himself asserting that it is not within the power of the U.S. government to bring your client home, that it's up to El Salvador because they operate the prison where the U.S. is paying to hold him. Is that assertion from the president and from the Trump administration essentially wholly outside these legal proceedings now and sort of beside the point? It seems as if the judge is proceeding on the evidence that's been put forward to the court and not on the basis of these sort of political statements that have been made by the president and others to excuse what the administration isn't doing.
Well, that's precisely right. Before the court, no evidence has been presented. There's no reason, no argument for why they can't at least show what they have done and what they plan to do. Unfortunately, I think it's because the answer is they haven't been planning to do anything. But hopefully with the next 2 weeks, we'll be able to get some real answers.
Rina Gandhi, a partner at Murray Osorio Immigration Law Firm, one of the attorneys representing Kilmer Abrego Garcia. The plight of your client here has captured the mind and the heart of the country in a lot of ways. Most of the people who have heard his name for the first time here will never, ever know him as a person. But what the government has tried to do in his name has absolutely galvanized people to recognize the scale of what this administration's ambitions are toward destruction of human rights and civil rights. Your representation of him is a real service to the country. Thank you.
I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.